To some, it feels like only yesterday we got a game-changing patch. And again, we've just got another completely game-changing patch with the introduction of a few fan favorites, the Crusader Ares. Something that I believe will absolutely change the dynamic of PvP in the verse, as well as a special extra something. All thanks to you. And this new Ares, it comes in two special flavors, whether that be the fast-firing, hard-hitting Inferno with its ballistic Gatling gun, or the sleeker, more accurate, higher alpha damage Ion with its laser cannon. Pretty much either way, it doesn't matter which one you choose because they both pack an absolutely monumental punch way past anything else we've seen before in game, with a payload that matches. More on what this ship has to offer a little bit later on, because it's not the only highlight of 3.15.1. No. You may see in the background also that Microtech itself has had a little bit of a facelift. Now, I wouldn't put it past you for thinking that I might be playing a totally different game than Star Citizen, maybe Flight Simulator 2021. Well, that's because the brand new update also brought along Cloud Tech to Microtech, the same thing that we've had on Crusader for quite a while. However, some people say you can't play clouds, so why should I care? Well, I beg to differ. The new clouds add an absolutely breathtaking experience to the game Star Citizen. It now feels like an actual real thing. I genuinely sometimes look at this footage that I'm playing right now and think that I'm in another world. But that's enough of Microtech and the Ares for now, because as teased at the very beginning, these aren't the only things that are new as of patch 3.15.1. That's right guys, the Aegis Redeemer, the first ever and probably the last fan-made ship is finally in-game. It's not just a fan-made ship though either, not to me. It's also the ship I voted for. It's also the ship I've been looking for the past 7 years. This ship is a dream come true for me, and I promise you, when I first saw this in my hangar, I genuinely wept. The reason the Redeemer is a favourite not only of mine, but pretty much every fan of Star Citizen, is because it does stand out as being one of the only zero compromises ships in the game. With an extremely strong projection into offense capability, it has 2 dual size 5 turrets, 2 dual size 3 remote turrets, as well as 2 size 4 hardpoints for your main pilot to use. Alongside the Ares, it sits rather well all by itself, and I'm pretty sure it could take on the 2 in a 2 versus 1 fight as well. When it comes to your new tool to take down the bad guys or just ensure that your players get punished properly for flying around in their big lumbersome ships, well, you've got plenty of choice now. So let's have a quick chat about those choices. The 2 birds of prey, the Ares, they come in their 2 forms, black, white, yin and yang. Each one offers a slightly different way to do the same job, which pretty much just means obliterating your opponent. Now, you've already seen the differences in their main combat weapons. That is, of course, the size 7 attached to the right-hand shoulder. But yeah, my personal favorite is the Inferno because that winding, spinning barrel is just absolutely gorgeous to listen to, and the damage that it outputs is just insane. However, that's not to say that the Ion isn't a good competitor. In fact, people tend to have the idea that it's actually better, and I'm kind of there with them. Because of its laser cannon status, it means it has higher alpha damage. And as of this moment, the ship itself fires at a pretty good fire rate, which means the DPS is also really high. So once you do get through those shields, which of course ballistics don't have a problem with, you will be doing an absolute butt ton of damage. Although, I guess if I had to say what surprises me the most about the Ares, it isn't their size 7 cannons. No, it's more about the entire package as a whole, because they have some of the fastest engines I've seen. Then again, that is Crusader's kind of style. It can also take 2 torpedoes, size 5, but it's only right that we compare it to the competition, the Redeemer that came out alongside it. The Redeemer, again, is one of my favorite ships, and although I know it's going to be hard to not see this big, bubbly, smiling, cute little face that the Redeemer has when the back doors open, I do feel like the Ares and the Redeemer fit the same sort of playstyle, which is probably why they were released at the same time in this patch. Both of these ships are designed to be all about firepower, whether that be against targets like a hammerhead or people on the ground. Both of these ships do those jobs fantastically well. However, when you do have more crew and you do have more players to back you up, the Redeemer is definitely going to be able to output more damage and take more of it as well with 2 size 3 shields. Now, even with all this new, better looking game, better looking graphics, the actual performance is fantastic. I've had smooth frames, 40, 50, sometimes even 60, even in the busiest parts of the verse. Which, considering this is the patch for the International Aerospace Expo, where you can join the game for free and try it out for yourself, using the link down below in the description, and my referral code, of course, so you get 5,000 extra free credits to spend on whatever you like. Maybe it's just stocking up your Redeemer fridge. It's a really good thing to know. I want everyone to enjoy this game as much as I do, just when I edit these videos. Smooth frames, good looking environments are important. They might not be the most important playable aspect of the game, but every little bit that makes this project, this IP stand out compared to its competitors, just like including a fan-made ship, is something we all should be pushing for regardless. But I'm not going to be silly and pretend that including this ship right now, just as the International Aerospace Expo is about to be upon us, isn't some sort of sales marketing strategy. Of course it is. They're going to make loads of money with the ship as it is, with the stats that it has right now. Will they change? I don't know. I hope not. 2 size 3 shields and the low maneuverability but massive gun power is kind of what I'd expect this ship to be capable of. It also does have a few missiles, but nothing like the Ares Ion or the Inferno. So it does depend on what job you want to do. If you want to take down capital class ships, I still think the Ares will be the ship of choice. But if you want to defend a location, maybe fight off hordes of other smaller ships, the Redeemer is definitely now my new go-to for that. To conclude then, I think patch 3.15.1 is almost, in a way, the much better version of 3.15.0. Of course it is. It's the next iterative patch, but that doesn't always ring true for Star Citizen now, does it? However, if you've never played the game before and you really are thinking about hopping in during the free fly event, well, like I said, check the links down below. There's a little guide link there as well, where if you need some help getting used to playing the game, I'm definitely there for you. A lot of ships, even the ones you've seen here today displayed on screen, will be completely free to fly, and so will Microtech's experience be the same. You should have clouds on your next PTU build as well, and they should look almost as good as mine. Now, I'm running them actually at a high settings, not medium and not very high, because very high does tend to hit frame rates. So if you are having some frame rate problems, then go check out one of my older videos that talks all about how to improve and boost FPS, sometimes even doubling it from 30 to 60. So go check that out if you are having any worries or any problems whatsoever. And also go check out my last video. My last video was all about where to start your journey as of 3.15. So if you are new to the game, you're going to have to choose a new place to spawn and a new place to call home. So make sure you make the right choice. Now that we're near the end of the video, I want to say a big thank you to everyone that's been supporting me so far. Those of you that are subscribing over on Twitch and subscribing here on the YouTube channel. If you want to know more in-depth information about each individual ships and what I think are their pros and cons, well, you can expect to see that come along to the channel very, very shortly. Just once, of course, I've got my hands on them, because at the moment I only have the Redeemer. I will get the Ares, the Ion, and the Inferno when they are allowed, when they are once again released at the IAE in just a couple days. I look forward to seeing you there. If you do end up joining and you want to play the game, well, why don't you come on over to my Twitch channel, follow me so you know when I'm live, and if you want to obviously take part and even help me record some fantastic videos, at the end of the day, I can't record footage that looks as good as this without the help of my very, very generous community and those people that have always been there to support me. So if you want to take part and just, get involved, well, head on over to the live streams and just keep an eye out for when I'm streaming. You can join me whenever you like, really. At the end of the day, guys, I'm very, very excited to see what happens post-IAE. There's always going to be some sort of interesting ship reveal. There's loads of discussions normally, loads of videos. I've still got my 400 eye review to do, and maybe I should see how that stacks up against the Ares. You let me know down in the comments below. Which ship is your favorite? I also want to know that, so again, comment that down below. And until next time, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful IAE and the rest of your 2951.